Hello, my name is Claire McCain, and the tool that I have chosen to present to you is called Kahoot, which is a classroom response system. Why do I use Kahoot? Well, I was introduced to it a couple of weeks ago by my head of department, and ever since she introduced it to me, I've been using it a lot. I've used it several times a week with my classes, and they really enjoy it. The main reason is total engagement, and it's really motivating for students. Even the ones who would be more disruptive or not want to pay attention are totally 100% engaged in what we're doing. It's up to date, and the students love it because it's got gaming elements, it's got music, it looks a little bit like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, so they really enjoy that. They also can use it with any device with a browser, their iPhone, their iPad, laptop, desktop or whatever. They particularly enjoy using their cell phones, so it's one of the few times they're allowed to take their cell phones out and use them in class. It's a blended learning tool. I teach a little bit the subject, and then we do a few examples, and then we go on to do a Kahoot quiz in it, and I find that very useful. What's most attractive to me is that there are a large number of quizzes already available, over 1 million of them, and I haven't taught anything yet that I haven't found several quizzes to go with it, so it saves me having to make up questions or to set it up for myself, which saves an awful lot of time. But of course you can actually duplicate the quizzes and edit them or amend them. And also you can make up your own quiz if you want to, if you find that there's nothing suitable. You can also download your results onto a spreadsheet for analysis so that you can see what you need to review. This is the main screen for Kahoot, and first of all we have sign in, and it asks for our email address and password. Once we sign in, if you want to set up a quiz, or if you want to look at the quiz, you can go to where it says Public Kahoots along the middle here at the top, and that allows you to look at all the Kahoots that there are available that have already been written. So if I click there, we're asked here for the title, so I'm going to ask for the topic of factoring. Then you can have a number of audiences such as school, university, business, etc. We're just going to stick to school, and then we can click on whatever Kahoots we want. We could have a quiz, or we could have a discussion or a survey. I'm going to click on quiz and then search, and it's going to come up with all the examples that there are available. I'm going to select the first one just to let you have a look at it. Unfortunately, we can't completely play the game unless we have a number of players, but what we can do is we can preview it. First of all, we can have a look at the questions that are available. You can see that there are 8 questions in total, and you can show individual answers, or you can show all the answers and check them before you actually carry the quiz out. Over here it shows you that there are 20 seconds, 120 seconds for that particular question before it times out. Also, it shows you that there are 4 choices for the answers, and you can select up to 4. You can see actually in the first question there's a mistake there. You can change that, but I'll show you how to do that later on. Okay, if you want to see what the game actually looks like when the students are playing, you can click on Preview, and over on the right hand side you can see what their device is going to look like, their cell phone or whatever. On the left hand side you can see what the screen is going to look like for the whole class from the front of the room. You can probably hear in a few minutes there'll be some music. Also allow you to play a little music in the background. It plays some gaming music, but we can turn that out. Okay, the students then, there's a game pin at the top, and the students key that into their device to log into that particular quiz. Then they can type their nickname in, or whatever name they want to, and join the game. Their names then will be presented on the screen, and as each player logs in, you'll be able to see that all students have logged in, that they're not sitting doing something else. So once they've logged in, then you can press start, and you can observe as we go on what the students see and what the whole class sees from the screen. This is the first question. As I mentioned, the question is actually incorrect, but we can go back and change that at a later date. Okay, so the question's displayed, and then the students only don't see the question on their cell phone, they just see the buttons to press, so they can press it, and when everybody's answered, then it shows you the answer, and it also shows you the order of who's winning the first 4 or 5 people in class. Then the next question presents itself, and you can type in, whichever answer you think is correct, and it will tell you whether you're correct or not. It does hold it on the screen for a while so that you can actually tell the class whether they were right or wrong. And then the scoreboard comes up. When the quiz is over, it shows you who has won, and students can give feedback over here, whether they learnt or whether they enjoyed it or whatever, and you can look at the final results. And then of course you can download the results if you want to. You can download to a spreadsheet on your Google Drive. I can save it there, and if I save it, onto a spreadsheet, and then present that spreadsheet and have a look at it and see what individuals have. Yeah, I can observe what questions they got right or wrong, and then if there are particular areas then that you want to review with them, then you can do that. Okay. Once you've done that, you can either play the Kahoot again, or you can play a different Kahoot. But I would like to show you then how you can go back into the game, and you can actually clone it. You can duplicate that particular quiz if you want to, and it allows you to duplicate, and then you can edit it. So for example, I could go in and look at that particular question that was incorrect and correct it, and then I can save it under a different name. And there's my first question, and there's the answers. I could take away one of the answers if I wanted to. I could amend the answers when I'm happy with that question. I can also change the time limits. If I think the time's too long, I can shorten it, and I can do each question one at a time and make a change to it if I want to. I can delete questions, I can add questions, and so forth. Then once I've completed that, I can actually take the questions and change the order. I can drag them further down if I think I would prefer them in a different order, and so I can make the changes to the questions, save it again, and then I could, if I want to, I could change it to private setting so that only myself or people within my school can actually look at it. I can also change the level of difficulty, or I can put in a different description if I've changed the type of questions that there are. And once I'm happy with that, I can then save, and I could change the image or whatever, or even I can embed a YouTube video if I want to. So once I've done, then I can go back to the main screen and I could play it again or preview it from there. Finally, if I want to, I can make up my own Kahoot, I can make up my own quiz. So I can go to the Create a New Kahoot and make up a new quiz. I can call it whatever I want. I might want Pi Day, March the 14th, and then I can go. And then I have the same screen as where we were duplicating the other quiz, so I could type in what is the value of pi, and I can put in whatever answers I want to, and then if I put 3.14, then I can select that that's correct and so forth, and put in all the incorrect answers as well, and then I can save and continue when I've finished that. Well, that's it more or less, except for having a quick look at the discussions and surveys. So if I put in my factoring again as a topic, and we go back to schools as the audience, and we look at the discussions, you can search for all the discussion topics which relate to factoring. This is one of the topics here which says, what do you think is the most important math concept for students to learn? It's not something that you can put answers into an iPhone, so it's probably something that you would just use as oral questioning as part of the class. Finally, what have we covered? Well, we've covered how to play a game, how to preview a game, and how to duplicate and make changes to a game to suit whatever we're covering ourselves, and also how to set up your own game. The teacher's version is found at getkahoot.com, and the student version, which they'll use on their iPhone, is kahoot.it. All that's left is for me to encourage you to go and practice it. I was shown it just once and I was able to use it instantly. It's so easy to use, and I hope you and your students enjoy it as much as my student and I have enjoyed it. Thank you.